All right, folks, so we just recorded the whole entire video, and it turns out that the memory card ran out of space. I don't know at what point, maybe halfway through, maybe 10% of the way through, so we got to do it all again. Here it goes. Most teams are wasting most of their time obsessing over edits, B-roll, word-perfect scripts, and honestly, their content is pretty much dying before it even gets released. High polish, edit-heavy videos don't really outperform clear, fast, long-take content, especially on YouTube. The myth of the Netflix standard is killing a lot of business creators. So a lot of teams and creators are getting wrapped up in this idea that you have to create these fancy schmancy, high edit, high polished videos with tons of effects and like perfect music in order to get through to people or get them interested in what you have to say. And that's just not the case. There are so many examples of people who are just making super low edit content that barely have music. Maybe they don't have music at all. They have like one or two cuts. They just sit down in front of the camera, they start riffing, they put it out there, and they get millions of views. The fact is, these are the people who are outperforming you because they're outputting more. They're not sitting in the edit room or behind the camera worrying about all the little details that have to be perfect before they let other people see what they created. So after looking at everything and picking apart like what's working for some people, what's not working for others, I basically boiled it down to three things. It's speed, clarity, and authenticity. That's what people want to see, especially nowadays. That's what people are drawn to, and people just want value. They don't necessarily need, Oscar-nominated Best Picture film to learn how to do SEO. There is a place for that, visual interest, entertainment. But all in all, if you're going on YouTube and you're looking for information, you don't really care about how many hours the editor put in to make this super flashy movie. You just want the information. Now, this is where you lose. If you keep clinging to perfect edits, you'll end up publishing less, showing up less, and basically getting outsold by faster moving competitors. As a result, your pipeline and your authority shrink. For every extra edit cycle, it costs you real hours, dollars, and mental bandwidth that you can never recover. So all the time you spend on worrying about the perfect cut, the perfect music, and having the perfect script, you're basically shooting yourself in the foot because everybody else is pumping out content way faster than you. And at the end of the day, they're taking the clients or the audience that you should have. So here's some of the ways I've been looking at to get around this hurdle, because I've been guilty of it too. Long takes, minimal interruptions. Just block out a period of time, 30 minutes to an hour, hit record, and just deliver your core points in one or two long takes. If you stumble, it's all good. Just pause, reframe, don't stop. The best segments are usually in the later takes. You're not going to know until you actually do it. Script outlines over full scripts. Use bullet points over word-for-word reads. This helps with your authenticity, speeds up recording time, and kills that robotic teleprompter vibe. You ever look at a video and you can just tell that the person's reading off a teleprompter or a script or something like that, and it just kind of takes you out because you can feel the authenticity is just not there? Well, this helps with that. Low edit, high emphasis framework. Only cut out the dead air, obvious mistakes, or the technical glitches. Add some quick on-screen text to emphasize your point, punchy takeaways. You don't need fancy transitions, heavy B-roll, sound effects, anything like that. If you have to show a process or a breakdown for something, whatever it is, you can record a quick Loom video. You can do like, if you've seen those split screens where people will like show their live computer screen on the big rectangular one and they put their camera on the little circle in the bottom. You can do that. They're super easy. You don't need any fancy software. Loom actually does that automatically for you. And there's a built-in editor if you want to use that instead of something like Premiere Pro or CapCut. Don't spend too much time on this. Just show, tell, and move on. If you got to do a couple retakes, no problem. Make sure you're just rolling all the way through. Don't worry about it in the edit. Batch and ship. When you sit down to do a video, make sure you do as many as you can in your block of time, whatever your time block is. That way you get to be ahead of schedule. You can sort of preload videos to be released at a later date. You don't have to play catch up, thinking, oh my God, I haven't recorded a video this week. What am I going to talk about? You can have that sort of preloaded on the back end so that you can release on time without the pressure of having to come up with a fresh idea each time. It also saves you a ton of time because you don't have to set up for singular videos every time and get into the mental mode of recording, talking to camera, getting your gear set up and testing and making sure the light looks good. You just fire them off back to back, have everything in the can, and then afterwards you can even batch edit if you want. This saves you time, it saves you energy, it saves you mental bandwidth, and it gets your stuff out faster. So here's a little framework you can reference the next time you want to do a video. Pick one singular idea to talk about and expand on. Write key bullet points, not sentences, as your outline. Block out some time, 30 minutes to an hour, hit record, and don't stop for mistakes. When you go to edit, only cut out the true mistakes, dead air, and add minimal text for emphasis. If you need to do a demo, you can do a quick Loom recording, show and tell, and then cut it into the edit. And this is key. Don't nitpick on your edit after it's all done. Just ship it out same day, put it up on YouTube. After that, you can repurpose moments from your video using Opus Clip. CapCut even has a nifty feature that'll automatically splice reels and shorts from your long form. And you can actually automatically post those to places like TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, whatever. You can easily see the benefit. Like before, you might have spent 4 to 6 hours total through getting your perfect script, doing retakes over and over, trying to get that perfect delivery, and then adding graphics and B-roll and music and transitions, only to review everything, decide you don't like it, and then make multiple revisions to it. Then you finally deliver it to social media. It takes forever. With this workflow, you should be spending an hour tops, just sitting down, talking through your points, adding some text for emphasis, cutting out the filler, dead space, and mistakes, and then shipping. That's it. And remember, this works not because people want to sit and be entertained by fancy visuals all day, but people are looking for information. And your job is to deliver that information in the cleanest, most concise way possible. They want clarity, not entertainment. So try it once, see if you feel the freedom. And if you want a checklist to make your life easier, you can check the link in the description below, along with all my other social tags where you can see my work, see the stuff that I do. And feel free to reach out if you feel like I can help you in any way, shape, or form. I'll be happy to talk to you.